Strongman, powerlifting, multiply, all of them have CrossFit to thank.
Olympic lifting especially.
Olympic lifting is, yes.
There's a shitty story. The kid locked it out, didn't get the call. And actually ended up gave me a podium spot. And I felt terrible because I was like, you pulled that. Pagoda Showdown, May 11th, 2024. First show that I'm doing as a promoter, which I'm super excited about, super nervous.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Big Man's Cabana podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Lepore, and I am on with my my lifting father, who now came to the Gym in Tan City, Mr. Ryan Ziegler.
What's up, everybody?
How are you?
I'm doing good, bro.
Dude, this is exciting. Dude, right before we started this, like literally right before I said all that intro stuff, I was like, dude, I'm nervous. Like I better not
He doesn't want to disappoint Dad.
Doesn't want to disappoint Dad. Dude, it really is, and I've said this to you before, personally, and everything like that. It's really great to have you here and all the things that I've heard about you, aside from Kevin hyping you and I up. Can
we address that quick?
Yeah, sure, we're gonna address it.
That's how I learned of you.
Really?
It's because Kevin was talking shit.
Yeah, well, so it was funny because I didn't get a chance to, because I wanted to do the same thing with the what is it? The All Valley. I wanted to do that one, that comp. So I wasn't going to do the Atlas Classic, but Kevin was going to do that. And he goes, Ziggy's doing it, man. He goes, is that your friend the bowling ball? And I'm like, yo.
I would never say that.
I've never met someone in the sport where they're talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, he's going to crush you, Matt. He's training directly to beat you. And I'm like, cool, dude, that's great. Why does he hate me? And he goes, yeah.
Well, no. So he was doing the same thing to me in reverse, and my literal response to him was, well, if he really feels that way, that fucking sucks because people in this sport are cool. He'd be the standalone jerk.
Dude, so that's what's wild. What got me so hooked was, obviously I had Andrew Hannes, which he's a phenomenal human being. But my first comp, I think I told you this, I had DK. Never met DK. I met DK one time when I went to the den with Andrew. We were doing Fingal's Fingers, and he went and he got 12 reps. He was in the lead. I was behind him, and I got to rep 10, and I have DK following me back and forth, screaming in my ear, beat me, beat. I'm like, okay, and I got 11. So close, but that was my first real experience. Wow, people, this is different than powerlifting, everything like that.
Oh, dude.
People
couldn't be more
they
different.
want you to beat you and do great.
And I had done CrossFit before I found Strongman. And believe it or not, yes, my large body did a couple CrossFit competitions. And I hated it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely hated it. I remember I did a competition years ago called the Rookie Rumble. It was scaled and intermediate classes only. And it was a partner competition. Me and my partner were literally having thoughts should we even be doing this show? We're pretty good, and there's a weightlifting portion of it. Is it fair for somebody my size to go to this rookie competition and do these, even though it was a pretty intense complex, which isn't my strong suit.
I thought it was in a gym, not in a tent. I'm so sorry.
Who's this guy with the jokes?
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. You were saying.
So, the day of show comes, and it's this, I don't remember it exactly, but it was a clean and front squat and maybe a jerk or something. And, I worked up into the high twos. It was a ladder, so it was conditioning was in there. You had to go through the bars. And then there's these freaking little guys that ended, I remember specifically, they ended at 365. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And they're collegiate Olympic weightlifters, and they were being cocky assholes about it. I'm like, dude, you're at a rookie rumble competition, showing off and then being braggadocious about it. I'm like, you're lame. You guys are lame. And
really?
I had done a couple of CrossFit competitions like that with that kind of venomous competitiveness, and I wasn't there for it. And then I did my first Strongman, similar to you. It was I check in with all these big dudes, and I wasn't even as big at the time. Everyone's high-fiving, good luck, try this, try that. And I was like, this is where I belong. And that became focus number one.
Yeah.
Like, I had always been interested in the sport since I started lifting, but like that was like, okay, this is what I do now.
This is a good thing.
Because of the community.
People always are surprised. Like, I invite everyone that I possibly can. Christine, a prime time thing. She really was like scared. She doesn't like going into the mutant factory. They always call it the scary place. Everyone does.
Room.
That's what everyone kind of calls it. Yeah. So, she was already kind of intimidated, and then she came on a Sunday. She's like, "I'm gonna come," and all you guys are there. She was so intimidated. And then I think like 2 weeks later, I told you this. She was gonna go to the beach that morning after like when I go to bench. She goes, "No, I'll just go out later when you're done work. We can go together." I said, "Why?" She goes, "I want to go to Strongman."
Yes.
I was like, not to throw names out there, but like, you, Marissa, your lovely wife, Amy, all those guys, Destin, like and she's like, it's such a good atmosphere. I feel like I can like lift. I'm like, yeah.
And that is like what I want. Like that's like we were joking before we started rolling about how like, I feel like my performances are like on the decline because I'm getting older and crippled and stuff. But like, not that I'm not going to be competitive, but I feel like, and this is where when Jim and I talked about me coming to the gym, he's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know if you want what I want, man, because like all I really care about is like introducing people to Strongman, getting people that probably never would have thought they could do it to try it."
Yeah.
Because I believe wholeheartedly that not only is it a great sport if you want to compete, but it's also like very good functional fitness.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Like lifting sandbags is more practical to me than lifting barbells because guess what? If your grandfather falls over in front of you, that's a sandbag, not a perfectly balanced barbell.
Yeah.
So like it's practical. Like I come from the sport of CrossFit and make fun of it all you want.
Yeah.
I don't care. I still coach CrossFit and do it once in a while.
No, Zach said it perfectly when he was on. He goes, Strongman, powerlifting, multiply, all of them have CrossFit to thank.
Olympic lifting especially.
Olympic lifting is, yes.
No, they all, and I listened to that episode and I couldn't have agreed more. I was applauding at that statement because for all its faults and flaws, and I can acknowledge them, like these, but even beyond that, you wouldn't see F45s, you wouldn't see Orange Theories popping up all over it, like being diet CrossFit. Really all those brands are is they took the dangerous complex movements out.
Yes.
They kept all the other kind of methodology. And I don't care. I'm not making money off CrossFit, so I don't care if they ripped it off. But what I do care about is it's getting people healthy.
Yes.
It's getting people fit. However they do it, I don't really care. As long as you're not sedentary. Because I used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I know the dangers of that life and I don't want that for people anymore. So it's like, but for me it's like Strongman's this beautiful, welcoming community.
Yeah.
Awesome people. You can compete. Like, nothing was better to me finding Strongman in my 30s and being like, I can be an athlete again. Like, I'm a competitive athlete again. I don't care if it strong. Like, we were talking about this with some of the boys the other week. These guys that stay in novice forever. And, like, I'm torn on the subject. I really am.
Yeah.
I think if you have aspirations in the sport, 3 and done. Obviously, if you win one, you're done. But I won't like name names, but I've seen this one cat, Strongman Corp and USS. He's been in novice competitions.
Is it? I don't know the names, but that's the one guy that was at the Lions Den for the Atlas class that won like 50, or he took like second or third, but he won this first one and he did like 15 or 16 comps.
I remember people talking about that, but I don't think that's the same kid. This kid is very out of shape, but like tries hard. And guess what? You know what? Like he changed my opinion on the subject actually, because like I even recently competed at a show, and he was there doing novice, and like it kind of came off like a dick, but I saw him like warming up, and I was like, oh hey man, like what's up? Like, are you in my weight class? Because he's a big boy. He's like, no, I'm doing novice. I'm like, oh, right on, like, still doing novice. And I was like, ooh, shouldn't have said that. But I didn't mean it like that. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, whatever. He's competing. He's paying his money to enter.
Yeah.
He's trying. If he wins one, he's out of luck.
Yeah.
But is he really going to win one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm torn on the subject, but I was like, I think if you want to be competitive, then you better. Don't wait around to win one. Get your experience.
Well, that's the whole point. And see, people like that, or kids like that, or men like that, that's fine. My problem is if you are strong, right, and you are even decently strong, and you do like 2 or 3 novice comps, like, bro, like, there's people that are coming up that have done this one time, maybe twice, and have to travel to a strongman gym. Like, why are you like compete against people who are way better than you?
Yeah.
Prime example: I got my ass kicked on that Saturday. Those guys like they took the 400 sandbag and launched it.
Yeah, that was pretty epic to
Yeah,
watch.
and it's like who am I to go in novice and just I'm just gonna blow those weights out?
No, like you don't want to be the. I don't know what's the PC way to say this, but you don't want to be the guy that goes and wins the Special Olympics.
Yeah, no,
Especially,
I totally get it, and it's like, why? In what regard? For just for satiated purposes, it's like,
But if you're doing it to win, or you're doing it to gain experience, or you're doing it because you physically can.
physically can't, and doing it for experience, I think is great.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, and like that's what I don't want people to conflate.
Same with me.
Like me, like on a coaching aspect. Like if I saw a guy, like I felt like, dude, you don't know you're ready, but like you're too ready for this. It's time to go to the open. Like I would push for that.
Yeah.
But conversely, like if somebody was like, oh, I'm just gonna go right into open, be like, dude, go do a novice and like try it out. I had 2 buddies back in April, real good friends of mine. Actually, my oldest, dearest friend, and then one of my real good buddies. Both competed novice, both first strongman show they ever did.
Nice.
They won first and second. It was awesome. It was fucking great to watch. Actually, the guy who got second is my oldest friend. That's Schwank, who comes on Sundays.
Oh, dude, I love him.
Great
dude.
guy. And like I think he was like slightly bummed at first that like he got second because it was pretty close. And I was like, dude, no, you got the best position you could possibly get because you don't have to go to the open now. And I'm not saying that you're not ready to go to open, but depending on the show, you know what I mean? Like you still have the option. You know what I mean? Because like maybe there's that one movement in a show that's going to keep you out of open. You know what I mean? That maybe it's just too dangerous for you to do. Like, if you have a 100-pound circus dumbbell and the circus dumbbell's 200, like obviously, like, come on. Yeah, maybe you're better off taking another shot at novice.
Yeah.
But you have the option now. Whereas conversely, my buddy Brian, who won, that's the big dude who comes once in a while, head to toe.
Oh, tattoos. Yeah.
Screen.
Oh, he's great too. Dude.
Yeah,
he's so nice.
He's so nice, and he looks like an absolute criminal. And he's just this gentle, nice soul.
Such a nice guy.
I love people like that. They're my favorite kind of people.
Me too.
So, but he's like bull ass strong.
I know.
Bull strong. But like, and he won't mind that I'm saying this, but like, he doesn't train strong, man.
Yeah.
So like the implements are foreign to him, so he still needs to learn like that technique. And now he's like looking at shows and I gotta do open, and I've never. What's a Finkel finger? You know.
Finkel finger.
Yeah.
Did I call it Finkel fingers?
It might be Finkel finger.
I don't know. I'm definitely the one that's wrong. So, but yeah, no, that's cool. I remember like the first show I did was in Delaware with Mark Licio, great guy. Yeah.
I was just lifting with him.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So he took first in the Delaware comp. I took second, and that was almost the same thing that Andrew was saying. He goes, "Well, listen, you have an option." I mean, the next show, Andrew was like, "Hey, is it winter record?" She goes, "I would do open."
Yeah.
Like, there's, don't waste your time.
Well, Joey's shows were like heavy but friendly.
Yeah.
You know, I think he always did a good job of like getting like.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, there's a good place to go do a first show or second show or.
Yeah, dude.
Not that some monsters didn't show up. I mean, I did a couple there where I was like small.
Dude, DK scared the
shit. DK's so strong.
Dude,
he's so strong.
I remember like the one Saturday, dude. I was like, "All right, we're going with Andrew," because he would just ride me like, "You gotta come, dude. Like, come on Saturdays. What are you doing? Sleeping? No, sleeping's for pussies." Like, okay, I didn't know any better.
I love that.
Dude, he's great. Andrew's a fantastic human. And they were like frame deadlifting. Slaps on like 800-900 pounds. I'm like, what? I'm like, dog. Thanks. Just a freak. And a nice guy.
Nice guy. Yeah. He actually clicked interested in the show I'm doing, and I was like, oh, I hope he signs up.
Dude,
I really hope he signs up.
That'd be great.
He's probably just being nice because I invited him. But like he looked interested. I was like, ooh, there's a chance.
Yeah, no, he's cool, dude. I really like him.
I would like to see what he pulled in that silver dollar deadlift. It'd be interesting. I would really like to see it because like his conventional deadlift is so big already.
Yeah.
That like I don't know. That'd be sweet.
I wanna. I've
Make sure
never
I bring
done a
enough weight.
silver dollar deadlift.
It's amazing. It makes you feel like a complete like Greek god because you
Really?
can lift so much more. And that's the thing though. Like this is one of those things in strongman too, where like, especially my powerlifter buddies will like bust my stones and be like, "Oh, well, it's this and that." Yeah, it is a whippy bar, and yeah, it is from 18 inches. But you know what? It still takes technique.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just gonna walk up and whip a silver dollar having never done it.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole different way you got to pull the slack out of the bar and be ready and create this
I
tension.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, I know, yeah.
But and then still, I don't care what anybody says. You got to bring your hips through. You know, with 900 pounds or 1,000 pounds, whatever these guys are pulling. You know, that's pretty regular numbers at super heavyweight and silver dollar.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? Like the last show I did with silver dollar, there was 2 guys. One of them was a heavyweight who pulled 1,000, and the other, this is a shitty story. The kid locked it out, didn't get the call, and actually ended up gave me a podium spot, and I felt terrible because I was like, you pulled that. I saw you pull that. Like this is your podium spot, but judge didn't give it to him.
Can't leave it to the judges, man.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic with our sport too.
Yeah.
A lot of things are subjective to the judge, and you got to be cool about it. Like you got to accept it because I'll tell you what, way more, 70-80% of the time, you're gonna get a bad call in your favor, and a bad
True.
call against you.
Roman Mustachio, I love him. He was just on one of my good buddies. He got a gift from the heavens. You can see that. I'll show you the video later on his Instagram. I think he went down with like 7 something, way too high. You made a bit of a hip crease in there. He was high. He was high.
He's in a suit. He's a
multiply.
So that's hard to judge right there.
Exactly. But like, we're all looking at it. He goes, dude, I was high. I was high
felt.
fault. And they go, white lights.
Hey, you get white lights, you got white lights. You get down in strongman, that's a rep.
Yeah. Yeah. But as your point, I will off my tangent, but
No,
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, one thing that does bug me, as cool as our sport is, when I see a bad call happen, I get that emotions are running high, but it's like if you're an athlete that associates with me, it's like, come on, man, have some class.
Yeah.
Like, we're all going to admit that it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be the first dude that comes up to you and be like, that was a shit call.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're going to, like, run around and be a baby about it, I'm not here for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that when I was in high school, and in college too, like they would always be like, especially in wrestling, it's like, don't leave it to the judges.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave it to the judges, because it's like, if you go for a takedown, right, and you wrap around, you might have control, you might not, but if you don't, and you need that extra like 2 points for the takedown, make sure you get it. Leave no doubt, because it's like if he's waiting to give you the call, right, you think you have it, you're not going to yell at the judge.
Yeah.
Guess what? Because now he's definitely not going to give you that.
Exactly.
Leave no doubt. Because if you same thing with what is it with like football too? It's like if they're going to give an iffy call, don't let them give an iffy call.
Yeah, I mean, like, and in our sport too, I don't know about you, when you compete locally enough, and locally is still a pretty wide area because these shows are in every town. I see a lot of these judges come back at every show
all the time.
Don't make an enemy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always, thank you, sir. Hey, thank you for giving your time. Thanks for this,
Yeah.
thanks for that. Like, I'm not going to lie, at your show last week when they pulled me over to the sled frame, like, there was one cat there on the sled frame just straight up lying about, like, oh, the wood shifted and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, I'm not even the judge. And I'm sitting there like, I was just helping load and stuff. And the judge is looking at me like, what do I do? And I'm like, he's full of shit. Like, and I'm trying to be a good sport, but I'm like, you're not being a good sport right now, dude. You're lying.
Kate does a really good job too. Yeah. She would not let that. That would not slide.
That was
show.
Yeah. That was that dude was like, oh yeah, this is, the wood shifted and that's why I dropped it. Like, no, you dropped it because it was heavy, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that little beer can thing was like falling apart, but that had nothing to do with like the structure of the frame.
No.
So like, Shut up.
Yeah, I would totally
Like,
agree.
you look like a clown right now.
Which, and you know what's
And
funny?
if I was the judge, I'd be like, go pound sand, dude. I was just like helping, so I was on the sideline. But the judge asked me, he's like, what do you think? I'm like, he's full of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it didn't get resolved well in his favor.
No, well that and that's the other thing too. Is like a lot of the times, like if them and I are giving you a rep, they're like, hey listen, I'm like, hey listen, I totally understand. Like, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate it. Honestly, sometimes they might even be like, we'll give it to him.
Yeah,
You know.
I've seen it happen.
Exactly. And the thing is it also, there's this good quote. I forget where I saw it. It might have been Jordan Peterson, but I don't want to.
Love that guy.
So do I. But it goes, it costs nothing to be a good person. But on the flip side, it costs nothing to be a bad person. But the riches for being a good person are better for the bounties of, I forget what it is, but like the love and language of like others, things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a good quote because, like, you know, if you're a nice person, people might go out of their way to do something nice for you, and you might not even know about it.
100%.
That extra rep or whatever it is, or maybe they might have agreed with you. Maybe they were like, you know what? Maybe I did give him a late down command. He had a second left. I'll give him the rep.
Yeah.
So
I think it goes a long way.
yeah,
And you wouldn't want that to happen because, let's be honest, you might get pulled out of a crowd at some point. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, there's Matt. He does strongman.
Uh-huh.
We're short. Hey, come help.
Hey,
And then,
Matt.
Yeah, you want to get yelled at by every single person who competes? Hell no.
Well, that also almost happened at the Atlas Classic when I was there. Was it? Maybe it was one of the records with Kevin. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think
That show sucked. I had the worst case of FOMO.
really.
I was just coming off my
Yeah,
surgery,
me
like
too.
weeks off my surgery, and so I was all messed up, and like just watching everybody have fun and lift, and I was like, oh, I want to do this. So
It also
bad.
bothered me too because I was like watching around and I'm like, I could have just, you know,
Oh, I was like, even
I don't want to be a dick, but
yeah, the super heavyweights at the show were unimpressive. You know? And that sucks because one of my buddies, Mike Schaefer, was in that show. He just had a bad show. He'll admit it. He won't
yeah.
get mad at me saying that.
yeah,
Like, because I've competed against him before. He's a good dude, but he's just like, yeah, I didn't really train hard enough for the show. He's so lame. I did a show with him one time. He's so funny. We're in like the third event. I look over and he's drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I ain't gonna win, so I'm gonna have a damn good time. And I was like, I'm here for it, man. You know?
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm trying to win. I did end up winning that show, but I'm like,
yeah.
I'm here for it.
Well,
Like,
dude,
have a great time, bro.
That's how I was after Beer Muscles. I was like, I should to bed, whatever. I could train harder, like all this kind of stuff I'm thinking about. And I went, you know what? I gotta wait for my friends to be on the podium. I'm gonna cheer. We're gonna go to beer.
Yeah.
And I think I got like 6 tacos from that thing and
Oh, fuck
fries.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
you were
sat
it.
there like a fat little, like, you know, you know,
Larry did so good.
dude. Let me tell you something, and he'll be okay with me saying this. When I first met Larry, right? Larry's one of the guys, just so you guys know, from our gym, obviously. I was overhead pressing. I was using the axle. He goes, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, this is an axle bar. I don't usually use a lot of barbell. I try to keep all my training structured to strongman because that's like my thing." Mm-hmm. And like we're doing it, and he's like, "This is so cool." I'm like, "Dude, if you think this small thing's a little cool, come on Sunday and we put a car on a platform and lift it." And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he kept training, kept doing CrossFit too. And then he goes, he met all you guys. I'm telling you, when you guys came, we were ecstatic.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Dude,
We were so nervous.
So that was the thing. I was surprised because we used to have a massive crew, like Mark, Licio, me, Andrew, Rick, like everyone. People kind of, like, have life,
Yeah.
So that all kind of disbanded, and it was just like me training for certain shows, and then like Vinny or Andrew doing their own thing or whatever we're doing, whether Jim was there or not, and then you guys were all there. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I think having we've talked about it in the past, but like having a community in that sport is the shit.
Oh, it's so nice.
Because they're gonna push it. They're gonna get that extra rep. You're gonna get it's a show jitters out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing for me to hit a circus dumbbell in my driveway when no one looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I put in the effort, maybe I don't. But if everybody's watching at the gym, it's like, all right, this feels like a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta can't just be like, I'm not feeling it today.
I'm not feeling it today. I'm good. Which, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, there's some days where I'm like, I'm really just not. Like, I see it. I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, dude, I don't have the energy for it.
Training fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah.
I still think you show up though. You just know this isn't the day where I'm going to show off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to go through the motions. I still might learn something. I still might help somebody.
Yeah.
That's where the community is, like, super important, too. Because, like, I don't know all this stuff. Nobody knows all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, Rick and I were having a conversation. Like, I asked Rick to help on your guys' last day of beer muscles prep when we kind of did the mock comp.
I was just going to talk about this, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, afterwards we were talking about it, he was like, oh, you know, I was like, dude, like, you know, Rick's like this modest guy. Even though
he's an amazing human being.
One of the best human beings ever. And I'm like, Rick, no, like, thank you so much. Like, you are awesome, and you helped a bunch, because he had randomly ended up with, like, a lot of the novice dudes.
Yeah.
So you just helped so many novice dudes that are going to now do better at their show, and they all did awesome.
Yeah.
That are all going to do better at their show because you helped them. Like, they're going to remember that forever. Like, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best feeling in the world. Like, I know, like, the couple guys that, like, helped, like, really, like, guide me when I first, like, found the sport. Like, this one guy's... This guy, well, actually, he's a cop, so I won't mention him while he gets weird about that stuff. But, he'll still message me. We don't train together anymore, but, like, he'll still message me, like, if I post a video. Like, more chalk, or, like, put your feet here. And I'm like, oh, God, that's my strongman daddy. And I'm like, oh,
yes, father.
Yeah, you got it. Tell me more. Give me more.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. It's the best.
Dude, I love that. And like, that's one of the things, like even Scott Deese, dude, like, there's so many, like, DMs between him and I, like, him helping me with certain things. And it's like, dude, like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I pick his brain just today. I was over at Breast, and we were working for, like, working with Christine for the Stars and Strength. It's in the Pagoda, and he was doing, like, pin presses, like, overhead pin presses. And I was like, dude, can I just, like, ask you? And he's like, well, yeah, sure, what's up? I'm like, why do you do that? Like, if you have a yoker, like, you can use your legs. He goes, yes, but the thing is you have to be, like, explosive straight from the jump. Mm-hmm. Like, why not do it from the top where it's the hardest? And I went, I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, knowledge.
That was one of the things little things about switching gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can go back to the whole being nervous thing, being accepted.
Yeah.
But, like, stupid little things, like, I always wanted to do pin presses in my programming, mm-hmm. and literally didn't have a rack big enough to do it at my old gym.
Oh, yeah, there's everything there.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, there's every toy imaginable. Words, English language. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
And, like, you know, I'm like, I can do all this new stuff. You know, it's like that Brian kid we were talking about, Spreen. He was sending me videos earlier. He's like, he wanted to do seal rows, because I was doing seal rows the other day. Because we had the bench there.
Yeah.
He's like, we don't have a seal row bench at my gym. And I was like, well, at my old gym, I would, like, stack 45s and put a flat bench on top of them and do it that way. So he sent me a video of him doing it. And I'm like, that's sick, you know?
But now you have an actual seal row.
Toy.
Well, you know what's funny is, like, so on Sundays, before I meet you guys, I'm bench. But I bench with, like, Zach was, like, my bench coach. And then with Sonny and Sam, who were, like RPS studs. And they all just coach. Like, they just pick apart my entire bench. But... What?
They would hate me.
Oh, dude,
so bad at benching.
Dude, you ready? I think I did 430 the one time, and Sam goes, "Hey, if you ever want to stop bro benching, just come on Sunday." And I went, "Oh, okay." And I love Sam. He's like another one of like he actually helped me through like one of my classes. He's an amazing, smart dude. But on the seal row, like the one piece that's like V shaped, like it looks like that, it doesn't fit. So he goes, "Hey, put the wagon wheels on that you deadlift with." And then they'll be the perfect height.
Oh my Lord!
And I went, what are you saying to me right now? And then I have not done it any different. And I pull, it's perfect height, even with my short little arms. And I go, thanks, Sam.
Sam. Yeah, that's amazing. I never would have thought that. So that brings me to the point though of like showing up when you don't want to show up. Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't go as hard, but you still might learn something.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this is.
I just learned something.
Dude,
I'm gonna do that now because I've looked at that bar. Like I want to use that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it.
Well, because the thing was, it's too small, but people use like regular barbells, but like
I use a football bar with that.
Yeah, but like if you smack into the metal, like it's not your equipment. And like if you're using a bar, like
try to stop
Ohio, Texas, or whatever, and they're slamming them. I see the guys, excuse me, all the time, slam. Like, no.
Jim, thank you for this comment.
What?
Jim's thanking you for this comment right now.
Well, dude, if I see it. Whether it's Scott or who, Scott will never do this, but if it's someone like Scott level or like first day people, I will walk my ass to the front and go, hey, Chris, or whoever's up there, can I have the fat grips? And he goes, yeah. And I go, hey, man, can you just put these on for your next set? And I'll just put the fat grips on the thing for him. And that way when he goes to slam it, okay, what? You give up like half an inch?
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're not slamming metal on metal.
Yeah. And I would argue, too, if you control it just before the stop, you get a little bit more...
See, here's the thing. That, what's the word? That requires,
brains?
Well, yes. But what do they call it? Common sense?
Common sense.
Yeah.
That's not common.
No.
Not in this world.
No. But yeah. Plus, it's also hard, too. It's like, first of all, and this is one of the things why, like, I don't want to talk too much about it, like with your old person to Jim and Amy. Oh, okay. But like, yeah, when you were telling me all the stories about that, and you're like, I was worried like Jim and Amy, like they were too nice, and I'm like, no, dude, that is how they are.
I know, like I had a wonderful conversation with both of them today. Like, they are just that nice. But yeah, like we joked about, like I was like shell shocked, like waiting for like the rug to get pulled out from under me, because like, but that that makes me realize too, like, hey. Cherish what you got now, but that makes me want to work twice as hard for that.
Yeah.
Like I'm motivated. Like I'm gonna get more people in here. Let's grow the Strongman. I don't know where we're gonna put them. Sundays are already crazy. It's crazy,
dude. They love it, and the thing is like, Jim will literally go, "Hey, what do you need?" And then it's like I think okay, so like my clips, prime example, that I have, they're like oh my lockjaws, but they're just enough for like a regular barbell, but they're plenty for like an axle. And he goes, hey, what are those? Do they let the weight out of the circus dumbbell or the lock? I'm like, no, they fit. That's why I got them. He goes, send me them. I sent them on Instagram. What, like 2-3 days later, we had more. I'm like, dude, like, you want to pay you for some of these? He goes, no, these are for the gym. Like, I thought those are a good idea. So let's get them for you guys. You're safer.
No, he's been that way with everything. He's like, what do you need? What can we get for this better? I'm like, now we got to just figure out where to put everything.
Dude, I know.
It's getting tough. That's why I haven't gone shopping. We'll make use of what we got, and I have a lot of shit. So I bring stuff every Sunday. Try to supplement, which is nice.
Dude, we used to have like 6 stones, but then he bought a bunch from Big Joe, Mr. Lestraka. He bought it from them, and they're there. He'll just add stuff. Like if he thinks we need it, he'll just.
I dropped a 115 off the other day for the girls. Nice. Little gift.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah,
He said, it's just my fatherly duties.
I want to fix them. I'm going to fix a lot of those stones, too. That's what I'm going to finish.
Yeah, well, so we tried to. The issue was, I guess they weren't set all the way. So we went for like a heavy day with tacky and pulled it right out.
That'll happen.
Right out. But like, yeah, dude, they're great. Dude. I talk about them all the time. They're going to be on here soon.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'd love to listen to that.
Dude, they're great.
Their thoughts on everything are just like fascinating.
Dude, I picked Jim's brain about everything.
Like even on a gym owner's like status, like they almost care too much about their people, which is a testament to how good they are at business. The fact that they're running a good business and caring that much, because usually those two things don't go hand in hand.
No. That's why, like, I tell everyone, like, the prime example, I think Gabrielle, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I feel bad. I saw her this morning. But that girl that Larry was with, his one friend, all day, and then she came to Jim's house later that night.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm like, do you have $25 to spend? And she goes, well, yeah. I'm like, well, Jim and Amy's place is $25 just to start. And she goes, what? I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh, I thought it was like, no, dude, like, they keep it nice for everyone. Mm-hmm. And now she goes like every day.
Love that.
She goes, I haven't done this like everyday thing at Planet Fitness in forever. And I'm like, because people actually care here. Yeah. Like you'll have people from like you and me to Doug Ferrioli has Sinner tattooed across his forehead. And we'll go, what's up, bro?
There's some monsters in there.
Yeah, dude.
There's some monsters in there. I'll walk in some days and I'm like, God, I feel small.
I feel you, dude. So tell me about the oh wait, real quick. Do you have you have drinks?
Oh yeah.
Before we forget this, because we're almost 40 minutes into this podcast, by the way.
I knew this was going to be a problem because you keep the hour format. We haven't even gotten into the deep stuff.
I know. I try to like.
We'll go with some eye drinks here.
Oh man, dude, these. So what's funny, and I'll be honest about this because he's totally cool with me saying this. When he first came, now I'm blanking on his name. Bobby. Oh, he's gonna hate me for this. I was just talking to him like an hour ago.
It's all good.
When he first, I'm like, oh, I really hope these don't suck, dude.
I know. I was the same way.
So I was like, he's so nice. Bobby's taking all these pictures. I'm helping him out, and he really is a really nice guy. genuine. And I'm like, fuck, dude, there's no caffeine in here. I hope it doesn't suck, man. And I genuinely, all my life, I drank it and I went, yo.
It's pretty good.
Yo.
Like we were talking before, like off air. Like I love that it doesn't have caffeine in it because like I have exercise induced atrial fibrillation, AFib. So like if I go too hard, like my heart might go out of rhythm. I'm not medicated for it, so it hasn't been a problem in a long time. But like maybe like 2 episodes a year. But caffeine don't help.
Yeah.
But I still like the
Yeah.
thing, and it gets the job done, and it's been awesome. And like they are, Bobby's so cool. He's involved in this company. He doesn't run it, but he's like the guy around here. It's like a German company.
Yeah.
But they want to help with a lot of sports, but like they want to get into strongman, so they we're putting on the Pagoda Showdown May 11th, 2024. First show that I'm doing as a promoter, which I'm super excited about, super nervous.
I wanted to, not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I wanted to congratulate you on that because, dude, the promotion you've been doing is really good.
Yeah, and a lot of that's Bobby's helping with that too, and I'm doing it, and we're just getting started. Like we're gonna blow it up. Because like that's part of the reason I wanted to get into doing it though, because like I said earlier, like I feel like my calling in the sport is just to help get people involved in the sport. Like
Yeah.
I'm 38, almost 39. I'm not going to Worlds. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like the pro card's probably out of the work at this point.
Yeah, we don't know
you
that.
know what I mean? Going to compete when I can. Masters is right around the corner. Looking forward to that. A little ease on the joints a little bit, Pushing some of these big boy weights with the young kids is getting hard.
Yeah, sorry.
900-pound yoke is now like at an amateur show. I'm like,
Dude, yeah.
what is that about?
I know.
That's all. I mean, I can do it. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Oh. My traps.
Yeah. Or just like the fatigue the next day. I don't recover like I did. Yeah, that's one thing. Is like it's happening more and more. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, you're good.
Getting a whole woe is me about my ailments. I don't want to do that. I'm still competitive.
You are.
But like, I wanted to get into the promoting too because just give an opportunity for people to come in. I feel like I have a music background. I used to be in bands. I still am in bands, but like not like serious anymore. But I used to be like serious bands. Like used to be my job and shit. I did concert promotion. I did all this stuff. And it was like seems like a natural blending of my skill sets,
Yeah.
And I'm passionate about it. And then so I was able to like hook up Reverb, which is a music venue we used to play all the time. That like one of my best buddies owns. And then Bobby had iDrink, and iDrink was looking to like break into sports. So like we linked up with them. They're gonna like present it all, but they're gonna help promote it. That's the thing. Like I'm not knocking these like any other promoters because like I love doing everybody's shows around here.
Yeah.
Everything kicks ass, but like it's like if they can help make it that much nicer, that much cool experience. Let's be honest. Like when you go to the show that has like the good audio, the good visuals, the backdrops, the banners, it makes it fun. It makes it feel more professional. It's like, let's be honest, majority of people are spending money to do these shows. And when you just spend money to show up in somebody's gym where it's like they barely moved any of the extra equipment out of the way and it's like doesn't feel special. It's like we've probably done those shows. You know what I mean?
Dude, I did in Delaware. It was my first comp. We couldn't find the gym. The gym was smaller than this like basement, and we had to do it outside. We put cones in an open parking lot. No pitches, no nothing. It looked like we were just on a Sunday.
Yeah, it looks just like a strongman class. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so this is what strongman is. Cool.
And
I know it's an amateur show.
Yeah, but it can be, and then that can be cool if that's like the vibe you want to create. But like, shows aren't getting any cheaper. Like. Even in the few years I've been doing it, like it went from like 50, 60, 65
That's
bucks.
like 80,
It's like 80, 90 now, $95 to like do these shows, and like they're not getting any cooler.
No. Yeah.
Not that they're not cool. I'm not trying to knock anybody. Actually, some of them have really actually been stepping the game up recently. Which makes me want to step up even harder. But it's like I've got this access to this nightclub, because my buddy owns, but it's huge space, big parking lots, big wide open floor, but he's got the bars. He's got like an indoor and outdoor bar.
Nice.
The weather's nice. We got the outdoor bar that spectators now have more stuff to do. He's got a kitchen in there. He's got food. It's actual, facility bathrooms, audio visual. So like when we do that silver dollar deadlift, that's going to be set up in front of the stage. He's got a video wall, that's the size of the wall. So that's going to be like, have like the logos and everything up. It's going to be badass pictures. We're going to have the stage lights going. I got a DJ hired. It's going to be awesome. And everybody's going to get their moment in the spotlight in front of that stage, in that venue, in that setting. And it's going to look righteous. You know what I mean?
Pagoda Showdown.
Yeah, let's fucking go. We're gonna pull trucks in the parking lot. It's gonna be sick. And like,
are you doing hand over hand or are you doing harness?
We're gonna do harness with rope. You're gonna have a rope.
You should have done hand over hand.
Pull truck.
I'm just joking.
I like the harness.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try to set up one with Jimmy with the Limerick Fire Company. I guess you too. I want to pull the tower. Their big fire truck.
I never pulled a tower. I pulled an engine, and that was fun. That was fun. I was a fireman for a long time, so like that was like to pull the fire truck was like sick. That was sick.
But so the event is May 11th.
May 11th
of 2024.
2024.
Oh, dude.
Presented by iDrink. I'm supposed to. Well, I'd get in trouble if I don't say this. iDrink, my sponsor for the event. 20 strong is the discount code, 20% off Amazon or iDrink.com if you want to try it out. You won't be disappointed.
No, it actually is really good
for your listeners. Look at that. Oh, man. I feel like
got promotion,
dude.
I feel like down.
I gotta make like a Wayne's World joke though, like like I'm showing my age here now. You probably never even seen Wayne's World, have you?
Yeah.
It was like,
no,
we will never back down to our corporate sponsors.
Oh no, I've never seen that, but I've seen like the jokes, like things like that. Yeah. You ever see?
This is where we're showing our generational gap.
You ever see this joke where it's like, dude, I definitely don't want to go out and do that.
Exactly.
And like the camera like pans. Yeah. It's like the same thing, but just different aspects. Yeah.
So that's gonna be righteous. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad, how mad would they be if
I would be pretty mad.
They'd be pretty mad.
Well, I got a bunch of people that can't do it for like other obligations, like nationals or like other shows in the area. But we'll get them involved in one way or the other.
Yeah, I already
too is like trying to make it a party. That's one thing I want to say about promoting. This isn't like knocking other promoters either, but just like my feelings on the sport. With the sport on the amateur level, like getting
that is good.
a little out of hand with the heavy and crazy and wild stuff. It's like I love wild and crazy. But it's a show. It's a sport based on the circus.
Yeah.
Like, put a show on. Like, let people, like, duke it out, battle it out. Cool spectacle. But, like, nobody wants to see 10 people step up to the platform, 0. One guy go up, get 1. The next guy go up, get 2. Then 2 more people, 0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's put on a show. Let's have fun.
Well, dude, I also felt really bad. Like, they miscounted weight at Beer Muscles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was my flight group 4. I think we were 4. Yeah, they put the weight on, but they didn't switch them. They didn't switch the weights for the next weight class. I think they were still at the master's weight. So now we're in like 231 class. Guy goes, pulls that light bar. It's like 65, 70 pounds off. Yanks it 10 times. And we're all like, way. People are like freaking out. The guy's done. And we go, that was wrong. They're like, what? They recounted putting the weights back on. And I'm like, this poor guy.
Yeah.
Went balls to the wall, 10 reps. It's like 450 or something, whatever it was, 405. I don't remember what it was. Come to find out, that was like not even their light bar.
Oh, so you went like.
Oh yeah, he went balls to the wall.
That stinks.
And then they were like, well, we don't know if you can go again. I'm like, you guys should just keep it the same at this point. Like, it should be the same for everyone. And they switched it out. I was like,
and that's, mistakes like that are going to happen. These are amateur shows. But that's another thing. Like, I want to, like, do my damnedest as a promoter to, like, make sure that stuff is accounted for. Like, having ideas in place. Like, I'm going to assign, like, a captain to every event, so it's not just falling on me.
Oh, that's smart.
What I mean? And that captain's not necessarily the judge.
He's just in charge.
Like the facilitator of that one specific event. You know what I mean?
Well, so that's why I like what Kate does with Beer Muscles.
She ran a tight show. That was a good show. I'm surprised that mistake even happened.
Yeah, that's not in no way, shape, or form.
That was a tight show.
Yeah,
it was a good show.
Dude, she did best show I've done.
It was fun. It would look good. Everything was about it. Was
so
good. The vibe was good. Other than the sun, god damn, I was baking.
Now you gotta come up and like kick the socks off, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, on Sunday, could I like, dude, it'll be all for free, obviously. We'll do a bunch of weird videos. Ways to promote it. We'll make some TikToks.
Oh yeah, let's go.
We'll try to
We'll
do.
the hell out of it.
We'll make a goal. We'll do what I do with this. Every Sunday we will record 4 videos. Some funny, whatever it is, serious stuff. We'll put music behind it. I'll edit everything.
Let's do it. That'd be awesome. Because
Oh.
that's where I struggle. That's not my world.
Dude, I love doing it. I love doing it for free. I don't even care. And I'll throw it through an AR simulator and it'll rate the virality of it all.
I don't even know what that means.
I'll show you after this what I do for the podcast.
You know, I'm like that cusp of Gen X and millennial. Like this is like
man.
this is my world.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no. I'll do it all for you. I mean, I think it'll just be fun. I love editing videos.
I love it. Let's do
So
it. Any help because like, and that's the thing. I have like the promise from I Drink, the promise from the club where we're having it that like if this is successful, let's keep them going.
yeah.
Not saying I'm gonna do like 1 million of them, but like let's do 1, 2 a year. You know what I mean? Like we have a facility, we have a space, we got good people. It could be fun. You know.
Oh,
To my knowledge, I don't think Reading has any. That's a decent sized city.
yeah. Well, I mean, like it's weird when I saw the like Pagoda, I was like, Reading. I didn't even see like the Reading thing on like Iron Podium. Like at that point, you just said the name, and like I'm like, yo, why has no one done this?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know it's Reading, like it is a wild city, but it's like there's so much like Mount Penn, Pagoda, like they have like motor races up to the mountain with motorcycles.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a cool place. So much you can get great, fantastic Chinese food
They
there.
have good food. Well, a lot of different good. And
I'm so fat.
Reading Phillies, man.
Reading fit.
I prefer the Reading Phillies over the real Phillies. I said what I said.
My grandmother used to work for. I don't know if you know what. Do you know the Goggle Works
Nah.
in Reading? Oh man, it's okay. You're not a local. It's fine.
Nah.
Just joking. But she used to work for the Goggle Works and the Greater Reading Bureau. So we used to get like a stack of like Reading Philly 60s all the time.
Yeah, love it. I still
dude.
take my daughter all the time.
Dude, I would argue, and you guys can clip this or whatever it is. I'm gonna get hate whatever. I would argue that the Reading Phillies outshine the Phillies just in every
They
kind of
play
aspect.
harder because they care more because they're trying to make it.
Yeah.
I respect that. Now you put that in like a classic old school ballpark
Oh yeah.
that feels right, that isn't too expensive, that isn't over the top with anything.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff for the kids to do. You can't be beat. Can't be beat. I spend 3 times as much money to sit in the nosebleeds and barely see it, or I can sit behind home plate
For $25.
and watch a great game of baseball.
You can even do like this is gonna show my size. You
Buy multiple seats?
no
Are you there yet?
no. Where you can buy an extra thing to your ticket, where you can get the buffet
Well, I
with
haven't done
burgers
that
and hot
yet.
dogs.
I haven't done
Oh
that
yeah,
yet.
dude, it's pretty valid.
And my old man has season tickets. I don't know about this. I was gonna ask him.
Oh, dude, yo, listen, bro. I felt so bad. Speaking of like not fitting in seats, the Giants Center in Hershey. I went to go see. Well, okay, I'm wearing the shirt. I went to go see Ice Nine, Falling in Reverse, like those bands, and bro, I like got stuck getting up.
I don't like stadium seating, man.
Neither do I.
With you.
Yeah,
It's not for us.
This poor woman is like Cody and I looked like there's anything wrong with it, but we looked like a couple, like just him and I. Like he had to have his arm behind me so he's comfortable, and then I'm like leaning back so I'm not like.
You guys are on that level. It's okay.
Yeah, we're not like over these like poor people next to us. They didn't care, but
Yeah. Dude, it's like when I fly in airplanes. I always get an aisle seat, but then I know I'm going to get smashed with a drink cart every time it goes by. I'm going to get smashed by every person that goes to the bathroom. Because I'm like poured over into the aisle, so I'm not crushing whoever's in the middle.
dude, bro. So we went to Florida. I was with my mom, my dad, or no, my mom, with my mom last couple of years, and I'm actually smaller now than I was. That's when I was a bowling ball. You remember?
Never said that.
I know.
I probably said like you were like husky or something like that. Because that would come out of my mouth.
What's funny is Kevin goes, "Oh yeah, dude, I was totally like." I'm like, dude. So like
He
this,
was trying to gas up a battle.
but
Little did you know we joined forces.
yeah,
Screw you, Kev. You thought I was mean at work. Where do you come to the gym?
he's gonna get meaner.
I was mean to that kid at work.
But yeah, it's okay.
He's kind of a little twat. He was late every day.
He's still late.
That drives me insane.
I love him.
I can't be late to anything.
Oh, dude, I get anxiety. I feel bad for Christine. We were She has a shore house, so I went down with her and her family, and like I got reservations.
Oh wait, hang on. Since Kev is your friend, and this was my favorite Kevin story.
Oh,
Here
really?
we go. Here we go.
Let me just lock in real quick.
Put this on tape.
Let me put some taste in my mouth.
Yeah, let me put this on tape. So Kev's old man, Kev, used to come in the barbershop.
Great guy, love him.
Love him. Great dude. Proceeds to start telling us one day, I don't know, Kevin was being a little bitch about something. He's like, yeah, I don't know what you guys expect. His little sister has to mow the lawn. And I'm like, whoa. Stop. Kev, what did you just say? He's like, yeah, his little sister mows the lawn because he's scared of bees. I'm like, you got your little sister mowing the grass because you're scared of... Are you allergic? Well, no. You can mow the grass, kid. Can't show up to work on time and you can't even mow the grass for your dad? No way. And your sister has to do it?
I'm crying.
Oh, man, like, I know we're from different generations, but, like, I was like, this is what my grandfather must have felt about, like, my generation. Like, my blood boiled at the story. And, like, Kev never lived that down. In fact, I bet at that barbershop they still talk about that. He hasn't even worked there for, like, 3 years.
Oh, my God. Dude, yo, I'm gonna... So what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna put his face...
Please. Yeah, put it there. Put it right there.
Oh, God.
I have a really good picture of him looking like Lloyd Christmas, I'll give you.
Guess what? You're going to send this to me after, and then as you said that, it's going to pop up.
I like it.
Oh, dude. I love
Lloyd Christmas is for you young folks from...
What is it?
From Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
Yeah. He had that haircut. He asked for that haircut one time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, Lord.
He's done a lot of growing up.
Sorry.
I saw him the other day at the gym, actually. He looks good.
Yeah, no, dude, I love Kev. We do give him a lot of crap.
It's so easy.
You want to know a funny story? This man, and to be fair, you ever see Letterkenny? No.
Yeah,
I'll just go fuck myself.
No, a lot of my friends are into it. I don't know.
So he
Don't
flew,
really watch TV.
and Kev, I love you for this,
Oh.
but he flew back on our Colorado trip. We drove down to Colorado. Admittedly, we did go through. There's a difference between a tornado warning and a tornado warning and an incoming tornado, something like that.
Tornado watch.
Yes. So we were in a tornado. Like there were when we woke up, we had to stay at a place in Kansas, random motel in the middle of Kansas, and we were watching the news. There was like 12 dead. It was like 8 touch. Oh, dude, it was ridiculous. Like then the tractor trailers were like, yo, dude, it was crazy. People can like fact check me on this. I'll send you guys the dates. And bro, he was so freaked out. And at one point, my car, like we were like in like the wind was just nailing my car. I was in the right lane. I was in the grass at one point.
Oh.
And yeah, so we slept the night. Stayed in this place. Got up. It was still windy. But he was so freaked out, in fact, that...
Don't tell me he went home.
Oh, no, he thought about it. So, it was so freaked out that he got a plane ticket to go back. So then, the second thing, which is, he'll give me crap for, is he bought air. He paid money for air.
For oxygen.
Oxygen.
The altitude's a real thing, but, like, come on.
Yeah, so we were in a car.
Yeah.
Going to the mountain, and he came down and he goes, I need air, bro. I'm like... Yeah, bro. And I do feel bad because, admittedly, like, if he needed it. But the thing is like, when we looked at the facts, he didn't need it at all. And I'm like, dude, I'm fat.
Dude, when I was in my early 20s and I was in my band, we toured all the time. The first time we played Denver, I noticeably, like, we were like 6 songs into our set, and I was like, I feel like I'm about to die.
Dude, yeah.
And I was out of shape, on substances, drunk out of my mind, and I survived. Kevin, you're going to be all right, buddy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When we were in this Airbnb and it was like 2 stories. The stairs were steep, and I got up one day and I'm like,
yeah, it's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
That's actually funny because USS Nationals this year, to scoop it back to Strongman, is in Denver.
Oh.
And I'm wondering how many people aren't gonna factor altitude in.
Football.
Show up like a day or so before and not be acclimated and have a shitty performance because of it.
I know that happens with football.
Yeah.
When they go to the Mile High.
Yeah, they'll show up like a week early.
Yeah.
And that's like, So like Brittany from the gym, that tall girl that I'm always training with.
Oh, dude, she's so nice too.
She's she's an app. She's a freaking tank, man. She's so strong. She's doing nationals this year for USS, and like I've been on her. I'm like, you need to go out like days ahead of time. We're approaching the witching hour.
No, you're good. I was just looking up. Yeah, we're approaching the witching hour.
That's how I knew it was gonna be a problem.
No. Well, listen, it's not like I can't see you again.
Yeah, that's true. I'll come back. We haven't even gotten any of the good stories.
Dude, I know. Well, see, the thing was, is like, I was like, I did have this thought because I was gonna ask a bunch of questions and try to like jump around. But one thing that I try to do is, I think why I've had a lot of success now is, I have questions preemptively in my head. I never give them to other people, but I always make sure they know this is not a gotcha podcast.
Yeah, I like that.
But then I also do it in the fact that, okay, if we don't get there, we don't get there. I don't want to, hey, I'm going to stop you and shut you up when you're on an interview podcast and then talk about the question that I had. Like, that's just, in my head, that's selfish. Like, I want to let the conversation flow.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Why don't you go for a longer format? Or is there a reason?
So there is a reason. So like, I mean, it's just statistics, analytics, and things like that. Where it's like, people on YouTube and Spotify, like if they're listening on Spotify, or whatever it is, that's fine. Like if I do like a 3-hour, 2-hour, whatever it is, it's just me still being small. You know, I still need to have enough content to be like, okay, this is a podcast. But if I do 2 hours, I'm not like a Joe Rogan. I'm not any like massive person. So it's like, who's this Matt Laporte kid from Royersford, Pennsylvania? Wow. You know? So, I mean, I've thought about it, but like...
I'm just saying that I'm a huge podcast nerd, but I also work in a job now where I listen to headphones the entire time I'm at work.
Oh, man.
So I just consume podcasts. So like the Bill Maher that dropped on Rogan this week was only an hour and 20 minutes. I was waiting for the fight.
Yeah.
Rogan's never this short.
Mm-hmm.
I was let down when there wasn't a fight.
Wait, what do you... Is there tea?
No, it was a really good interview. Just Bill Maher had like a show to do, so they just cut it short. But I was like, oh, these two got into politics or something. You know what I mean? That's gonna be epic. It's gonna be juicy. It was a good podcast, but I was like, it was an hour and 20 minutes.
Dude, there's nothing that I love more than a good Rogan podcast. Because I used to DoorDash, like especially during COVID, because I was a assistant group soup working at Strongman and PV. And when I would DoorDash, I would listen to just podcasts like Small Town Murder, Joe Rogan, you know Andrew Schultz?
Yep. Never listened to him. That's like a younger guy's thing, I think.
Dude,
I don't get him.
No, you would love him.
I tried.
Really?
Yeah, like I get Peterson, I get Rogan, I love Huberman Lab and Peter T and all that stuff. And then like I'll go lately, and I never served in the military, but I have found this podcast. It's called The Team House. It's all dudes telling war stories, and I'm here for it.
Oh,
it's so good.
You told me about this when we were at Jimmy's. I liked it. I haven't listened to it yet, but I found some of their clips on TikTok.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, they're funny.
I love that stuff. I soak it up, but yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Man,
I tried. Strongman does not have a lot of podcasts.
No.
Shaw did one for a minute, and I liked it. I listened to most of the episodes, and he just kind of fell off. Oberst did one for like 4 episodes and fell off.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to his too. I love that guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, I have all his Strongman pretty. I can't find the cutoff. You know what's funny? I actually DM'd him.
Yeah.
Never answered me.
I feel like he would.
Well, I thought he would too. He is really down to earth, but I don't. He has so many people DMing, which I don't take an offense in the slightest. I'm such a nerd that I loved how it's cut. So I said, "Yo, Robert."
He cuts them good.
How do you cut it? Because I want to cut my shirts like that. Never got back to him, which is fine. But I was like, how did you do that?
I'm glad he doesn't answer though, because I'm pretty confident if my wife was going to leave me, it would be for him. She loves him.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel like I should grow a beard, but I can't.
Get a bunch of guns and like...
just go live in the woods or something. She'd probably be into that. She's weird.
That's okay. Hey, I'm not going to judge.
Right.
Yeah, he's a good one. But like, I did drop the ball on this. I will admit. I'll show you the DMs. I was talking to World's Strongest Man, and I was in some emails with them. And it's more just like promoting like whatever you got to do. And they were just working like some logistics. And I wanted to have them on, like have like an associate or someone. I never got any farther than like 3 or 4 emails, but that was like a really big hope.
Somebody should do it, like get in that space now.
Yeah.
Because like I'll put it out there on tape too. I say this all the time, and I stand by it. Like Strongman is where CrossFit was in 2010.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's actually a good.
Like, it's niche, but it's about to be household. And
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. Like, you're seeing it, even in a couple years, me and you have been doing it.
Yeah.
Double. I think it's fair to say.
Without a doubt.
Maybe more.
Well, people now, Ryan Shaw, I would say, is pretty close to a household name.
He's getting there, yeah.
Eddie Hall.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's like, obviously, like Thor and stuff did like the act.
Well,
and
yes.
all that, but like, yeah, they did that History Channel show. Like, it's getting there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, even just like your average gym goers now, like, I don't have to explain what I do as much as I did even a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, if I tell people, like, oh, I do strongman, like, oh, you lift like the stones and like the logs.
And I'm like, yeah.
Because like a couple years ago, it was like, it's like squat, bench, dead, and I'm like,
No,
stop.
The closest I'll get to a squat is like if there's massive things on the other end, and then I go to a podium, and then I stop, and I come up, and then they go 1. And he goes, "Are you hitting depth?" Sort of. You might
Depends
get
on how high you are.
Depends on
how
how
tall you
yeah,
are.
depends, yeah.
I did a show actually. One of the Atlas shows had that event, and there was a couple really tall guys. They got hosed. There was a couple really short guys. I was like, that sucks, because like these short guys had like 2-inch ranges of motion because the podium heights were the podium heights, and then I'm 6'3", so like my squat. I got pictures of it. My squat was parallel.
Oh.
Like I was hitting parallel.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wasn't going below, but like to hit the boxes at 6'3", I was at parallel. I felt good about my squats.
Well, see that's smart. I know. For Nats, they were gonna do they did like the wagon wheels to the box. I'm pretty sure it was the Nats, but like I didn't understand that you're supposed to. So you try to make your training harder than it's like than you're gonna do. I didn't understand that. Plus, I was using like those gray boxes at the gym, they're like an inch thick.
Yeah.
So I was using those. I was like, okay. And that's when Scott started like giving me an advice. I posted on my story. I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, and he goes, wrong. I'm like,
Tell me, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. And he's great, dude. He's a boatload of knowledge. And he goes, I would do it this way and try this way, whatever it is. And I'm like, oh. He goes, yeah. Like it'll help you out. Plus, if you're below parallel, when you go to a box, if it is parallel or higher, you'll smoke it.
I was training that event to boxes that I knew to be way lower. So, and like in training, I was hitting like, it was heavy. It was a heavy squat. It was like 550 on an axle. First time I ever squatted with an axle. 550 on an axle sucked.
Well, that's what it was. It was an axle with the... Yeah.
And no wagon wheels, just plates to the box. And so I was doing them, and I was getting like 1 rep in training. Day of comp. I got 3 for the win.
Nice.
You know, but I was going lower. So when I hit those, Scott's right. You know, when I hit those higher boxes, I was like, I can do this.
Oh yeah.
I can do another one.
Yeah.
And actually, Joey was in my face like, I only needed 2 to win the show.
Does that matter?
Yeah, and he was like, don't be that fucking guy. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'll give you 1 more.
Dude, he's great. I feel bad for everything that's been going on, but he was gonna hop on here a little bit ago. Dude, he's fantastic. I felt bad because there's been a lot going on and things like that. So,
man.
But yeah, he really is a good guy. He actually helped me out a lot, like just starting with everything. When Andrew's like, hey, get your fat ass to Lion's Den.
I used to go there, pop in,
Yeah, on like Saturdays, like what, like $15, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I popped in a bunch of those classes. I was actually, my wife and I were going every Thursday. He had this girl, Lyndon, coach, and she was so knowledgeable. Can't think of her last name off the top of my head. It was Lyndon. She's so knowledgeable. She did like OSG and shit. And
yeah.
I think she might have done the Arnolds. But she was a boatload of knowledge, and like my wife was loving her. She really helped my wife advance like a lot. And she gave me a bunch of really good tips too. So we were going there like every Thursday for a while, and we were like this close to like, should we make that our home gym? Because we kind of like saw like the writing on the wall, Pottstown, and like we were like, hey, should we make that our home gym? And then everything that happened. But yo, how about fate? Because that steered us right to you guys, and that's been awesome. Dude,
I know I've said it like 3 times now, but like, it really is cool. And what blows my mind, and maybe I just got lucky. I don't get lucky, where like I have a home gym where like people are amazing.
Yeah.
But like, it blows my mind that when you guys came, and you're like, whoa, am I the rug gonna come out under me? When's the next shoe gonna drop?
Yeah, well, there's even like the people accepting too, more than anything.
Yeah.
That was my big thing when Jimmy was like, do this. Take it over. Take the reins. Go. And I was like, well, like you guys got a lot of good athletes here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to come in and step on any toes. I don't mind being a chief, and I don't mind being an Indian.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can even say that anymore. It's PC, right? Like I don't mind being either. You know, so I'll get in where I fit in.
Yeah.
And I'll always help. And he's like, no, do it. Like you have all these people, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want like mobbing 20, 30 new people. But fate though, because not only were you guys so welcoming, but like there was a couple CrossFit gyms around closed. There's a few people interested in Strongman. Everything that happened with Lions, that happened. A few of those people popped over.
Yeah.
Everything that happened with our gym happened. Those people popped over. I'm like, what a good time to just mix it all up.
Yeah.
And then the great part is your Ricks and your Scotts and your Marks and your U's and all the guys that have been there for a while, like, or just like, even if like Mark and Scott don't really like participate,
yeah,
like they're there and they're helpful and they're nice. You know what I mean? And like that just fosters better community.
Oh yeah.
Keeps people going. Like I know for me, I don't train directly with Scott yet. Like we've talked about it, we're gonna try to work it out. But like watching that dude pushes me.
Yeah.
Watching Rick, you know, Rick and I train together from time to time, but like watching Rick like
Love
pushes
with
me.
Rick.
Look, dude, Rick will like. I want to get his athleticism. So I feel like I used to have it when I was more of a CrossFitter.
Yeah.
Then I put on fucking 30 pounds, and like it went away. But like, that's not an excuse. I need to get it back.
Dude,
like, Rick's doing burpees before frame deadlifts, and I'm like, nothing's stopping you from doing burpees before a frame deadlift, other than the fact that you don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rick makes me want to be a better person.
Dude, and the thing with him too, and I'm sure he doesn't care that we're talking about him, is he is just such a down to earth person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, obviously, don't do this. It's not a good idea. I'm just using it as an analogy. I feel like if I punch him in the face, he'd be like, "Dude, I'm sorry. Was my face in the way?" Like that's the kind of guy
he's that guy.
Well, no, he's not. But I'm just in my head, like I see him as like Jordan Peterson said it the best. He is a definition of I can rip a face off of a human and hold a baby in the same net. Like, and the thing is I have taught like so.
We'll do a 700-pound deadlift and then go look at the flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he would.
Yeah,
If opportunity, but like so, but the reason I tore this guy's ears off, especially your ear off too, is Zach said it the best, right? Closed mouths don't get fed.
Absolutely.
So, if and I told this to Scott, I'm like, if I ever know you, dude, just tell me to shut the fuck up and I'll walk away. Like, and I have no feelings will be hurt. He goes, no, I don't mind, and I'll just talk the ear off. Like that's why Andrew and I got so close, is because like I go to his house and train a lot of the time with Rick or whoever, and I just be like, so why do you do this? Why when you're cleaning, why are your elbows so much out? Because mine are in, and it feels like cool, but he goes, no, be uncomfortable so you can rip it in. I'm like, and then I do that, and I'm like, oh my god.
And that's the glorious part of our sport. No one's keeping that knowledge for themselves. Mm-hmm. He'll happily give it to you. They'll give it to you in a show. I lost a show once. I'll tell the story to the day I died. I lost a show once. PA Dutch. I got second.
Oh, I wanted to do that one.
Yeah, so it was a cool show. It was heavy. It was cool. I lost PA Dutch to a dude by 0.2 of a second.
Oh.
That's the only thing that separated the show. 0.2 of a second in the frame carry. And here's the thing. We're lined up for the frame carry. Me and this dude were battling all day for first and second. Great competition. Good dude. And we're getting along. And then, like, he's lining up for the frame carry. He's ahead of me in the order. And I don't see he's got no straps. And you're allowed to strap. And I was like, yo, you're not using straps? He's like, no, I don't know how to use them on a frame. I'm like, bro, you better use straps. He's like, nah. I'm like, bro, I just beat you at the deadlift. Like, you're not carrying this thing at that weight. You know, I don't remember what it was, 6 something or something. But like, you're not carrying it without straps, like fast. Like, and if not, I'm gonna beat you. I taught him how to use my figure eights on a frame in the line to lose to him by 0.2 of a second, and I feel good about it, even though I don't. You know what I mean? Like, because I would want my son or my daughter to lose for sportsmanship.
Yeah.
You know, I would want that for them, but it eats me up a little bit as a competitor. It's like, if I wanted to get some straps, I would have won that show.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
But that's the sport, and I don't want it to change.
No, that's smart. I don't know if I would have done it at that moment. I'm way too competitive to where I might have been like, let's be quiet. But
Nah, I don't
You're way
think
better.
I ever want to win that bad.
I love. Yeah.
And I'd rather win
Well-
like even taking that third at that last show I did. I didn't deserve it because that kid locked that deadlift. I don't feel good about that.
Oh no, things like that. If I never want to win too bad, where like I want someone else's detriment to be their downfall.
Yeah, no.
Like never in that's
Maybe
not what I
if
mean.
they were a huge dick, but I haven't really met a huge dick in the sport.
That's what's so weird.
Oh, that's a lie. I met one.
Oh.
He was never in my weight class. We talk about him to this day. I got we call him cold water.
What?
Because I got videos of this dude at a show. Like where it was like a deadlift event where the weight classes were mixed. He was a spinal. I don't know if he was a middleweight or a heavyweight. I think he was a middleweight. He's like screaming, "Ma, cold water! I need a cold water!" And then she brings him a water. He's like, "It isn't cold. How hard is it to get me a cold water?" So we're clowning this fucking kid. Doesn't he come to fucking nationals this past year? I'm backstage waiting in this horrendously huge line to try to warm up for deadlifts. He skirts the fucking line with his camera crew, which was like his brother with like one of those like big fucking rig camera things, you know what I mean? Filming the whole thing, he's wearing like a ducky bucket hat. I hope he watches this and hears this because you're a douche. You know what I mean? Like, he skirts the whole fucking line, and I'm like, man, that looks like that fucking douchebag. It looks like him, but that's not him, you know?
Oh my god, it's him.
It's him. And doesn't my wife be like, "No, that's that fucking asshole cold water for that fucking show," and she starts ripping him. He can hear it. It's on film. And I'm like, my wife's a gangster. I'm about to get a fight backstage, though.
Well, see, the thing is and that's, now that she couldn't handle
That's
herself.
the only dickhead we've ever encountered.
Well, it's funny because it's like she goes, "Fucking either my husband's gonna beat him up if he says something, or I'm gonna beat him up."
And she could.
Oh, I know.
And she could. She's
Yeah.
probably stronger than it.
Well, she's stronger than me.
No.
I'm just saying, but she, dude. And the thing is too, is you both are definitions of like merry monsters, where it's like, and the same thing, where like you guys will just go pull like 9,000 pounds and then just go, "Oh, flowers."
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah.
That's because we've been through so much. Like, I mean, we can't even get into that now, but like we've been through so much that like we're so grateful for everything we have.
Yeah.
It's like life's great. It's
Yeah.
good. Bad things
Yeah.
are bad, but whatever.
And your kids are so nice, dude.
Kids are awesome.
They were awesome.
My son is going to be a force to be reckoned with, though.
Oh,
He's a wrecking ball.
Nora cracks me up.
Yeah, that's my sweetheart.
Did she like, what was it? She made like a backhanded comment and I high-fived. I forget what it was. Oh my, I said something stupid. And she goes, "That wasn't very smart," or something like that. and like it caught me off guard because I don't think she was paying attention. I was like talking to Christine and I'm like, "You know what?" Like in my head, I'm like, "That's what I would have said. That was a good comment." And like I was like, "Oh,
She's a good one, though.
yeah, you're Ziggy's daughter."
She's a good one. Good egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they get into it, but if they don't, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
They're exposed to it. They're running around. They'll do like, she was doing her kids' CrossFit today at the gym with Amy and having fun, and she's doing her jiu-jitsu now, which is great. And I just wanted to be able to like ball up her future boyfriends.
Dude, that would be the coolest. Could you imagine? Like she goes home because she has like a little like bruise on her shoulder. You're like, "What happened? Whoa, did he do that to you?" His leg's broken, arm's broken in half, and the fingers are all like
Choked
chopped
him out
off.
in front of his own mom.
You're all cool. It's all good. She goes, "You should have seen the other guy." And his dad tried to hop in. Didn't matter. Figure four.
Locked him right up. That's the goal. I always joke though too. I'm gonna put a barbell with like 315 in front of the door when like her first date comes. Like it's like the barrier to entry. Like if the date can't pull 315, like you can't date my daughter.
Oh, that's fair.
You know.
See, what I want to do with Amanda is like, I can't remember the movie, but all my friends are down with it.
Oh, you want to do the Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Ah, too. Yeah.
Where they go in the garage and they're all like,
oh no, that's not Bad Boys. That's
it's 50 cents in it.
Yeah, is that Get Rich or Die Trying?
I think it might be Get Rich. I don't remember the movie. I've only seen clips
The
of
Bad
this.
Boy one.
That is sick.
Who the hell's Reggie? It's so good.
But yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to like have him walk in. "What's up? How you doing?" Now listen, it's my job as her older brother to take care of her. And 15 long years, I've been doing a good job of it. Now tonight I pass over this opportunity to you. Anything you do to her, I do to you. that's one of my friends that like have carry licenses. They're gonna like look all badass and stuff. And then I have one of my buddies, Gavin. He's gonna toss him like a bullet. But man, this was a lot faster for 9:30.
Facts. I would do it with. I'd say like, I know a ton of people that look like that Spring dude.
Oh
So
yeah.
I just invite all them over. You know what I mean? Just like a bunch of guys that look like straight out of the jailhouse.
That's awesome.
Be like just eating, just like quietly eating, staring at them.
That'd be a terror. Do like a Tony Soprano
The
kind
problem is, my daughter will just be like, "Dad, you're corny. Like, stop it. You and all your friends are corny. Like, I know all of you. You're all soft on the inside. You're all big for nothing. You lift all this weight. You're not going to do nothing." And she's right.
And just
He doesn't even know that.
exactly. It's like I'm not worried about you. Like I know you'll be fine, but it's like
Now our terrorist little brother, he might do something. Kid's next level. He's 3 years old. He's running the house.
Oh man, that's what Des said. He said, what did he say? It was nothing disrespectful,
Yeah, no.
but he was like, he's just a little fucker. That's what. Yeah, he's like, I'm like, really? He goes, damn man, honestly, he might beat me up.
Dude, the other day, this kid, he's so cute. That's what keeps him alive. But he straps on this like dinosaur helmet with spikes on it. He's in the house and he's like, "Mama, can you clip this?" And she clips it, and then he looks at me and he goes, "Ah!" And he runs out and full speed and headbutts me. And the thing is, like, it's not me being like a father, like, "Oh, I lift and I'm strong." The kid's strong.
Yeah, I don't doubt
Because he
it.
has been stacking out videos of this kid at 1 year old, stacking fives and 2.5s. Like he would be in my old gym, just like playing with chips. Like that's what we put in his pack and play. Like we'd just put chips and fives, and he'd just be stacking plates. And like he is freakishly strong for his age.
I mean, he is your son.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but he's putting in the work. He doesn't even realize. Like when we're working down the driveway, like you'll just see him come out of like our little we have this like carport thing we have filled with like gear. He'll just like come dragging out a kettlebell. Just, like,
Dude, I love
look
it.
at him go.
Maybe next World's Strongest Man.
Maybe. Or that's how he'll like rebel against me though.
Oh.
Like I was a punk rock kid growing up, you know what I mean? Like so his rebellion to me will probably be like super clean cut, like hate working out, like
working 9 to 5,
yeah.
like a bank.
Yeah, like that Michael J. Fox show when I was a kid. I can't think of it. When he was like the Republican teenager, you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
no, I never saw that, but I know what you're
suit and
saying.
tie. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a great show. Like wears a suit and tie to school, you know, that'll be his rebellion against me.
So speaking of like punk rock kind of situation, I want to get your opinion
Oh boy.
on Falling in Reverse.
Isn't that a metalcore band?
Yeah.
I'm like the worst person to ask for that.
Fuck.
And here's the thing. It's going to sound like elitist snob stuff. Like, I'm an old school hardcore dude. I grew up in that scene.
Like Slipknot.
No, like I'm going back to like OG, you know, New York hardcore bands like Agnostic Front, Madball.
Oh, yeah.
Sick of It All is my favorite band of all time. So, like, all the bands that, like, those bands would probably cite as influences.
Yeah.
Or, and even, like, bands that, like, got more into, like, metalcore and stuff, like, early metal. Like, I like some, like, early metalcore bands, like Unearth and stuff. I remember, like really liking their shit when it came out. It's just the punk rock, like, switch I can't turn off in my head. It's all too corporate now. And I met a lot of these bands, like, when I was touring, like, not those, like, bands specifically, but, like, probably, oh, God, what's their name? I don't remember if it was, like, a Muir or one that sounds like that. One of those, like, early 2000s, like, bigger metalcore bands. And, like, I remember them, like, we were backstage one time, and, like, I wanted to fight, like, the whole band.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? And, like, they bitched up, and, like, my scene, like, we would have fought. And I was like, you're not really, like, hardcore kids. You know what I mean? Like, you're just doing this to make money. You know, I'm not talking shit, but, like,
dude,
you know,
I'm telling you,
because now I'm that guy. I wouldn't fight over anything.
Yeah,
but,
that's
like, you
fair.
know what I mean. But, like,
you gotta listen to some metalcore.
and
Some
it's in the gym. I listen to it. I'm mad. Somebody was at the gym today listening to my kind of shit.
Really?
And I don't know who it was, but I was like trying to scope out.
What time were you in?
I was in this evening. I was in like 4:35. Somebody had like good hardcore on, and I was like, who is playing this music?
Well, that's when I used to go. That's how I actually got. Like, that's how I knew most of the people there. I used to go at like 4:00.
There was like no one in there though to me that like looked like they would be playing that
Oh,
music.
bro.
Not to like stereotype, but then at the same time, like, I'm at the gym with a bunch of big tattooed guys. Of course, everyone looks the fucking same. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I can appreciate it all. I don't know. It's just I played like this super heavy music. Like if you listen to some of the bands I used to be in, you'd be like, oh, it's just like heavy stuff. But I'm truly like a '90s punk kid. Like I grew up. My favorite band is Rancid. Like my favorite hardcore band is Sick of It All. Like I'm on like the old school like punk rock stuff.
Yeah.
And like I found myself in high school like starting to play this heavy music, and that's what all my friends were playing, and like I love it. Don't get me wrong, but like a lot of times like I was in a metalcore band in like early 2000s, and then we got back together in like 2010s. Like this is like my corny old man shit, but like August Burns Red used to open for my old band Normandy like regularly.
Okay.
And now they're like gigantic.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, we used to probably played some of their first shows. Like they were like opening for us, and now they're huge. And so, yeah, we didn't make it. Good for them.
Oh man, that's awesome. That is good for them. But yeah,
but like when I was in that band, like I was playing that type of music because I was trying to make it. You know what I mean?
Makes
I was
sense.
like, this stuff's getting popular. I want to be in this band. You know what I mean? And it was fun. My friends were in and stuff. We were good. I still like that music, but like I like the music we made.
Yeah.
But like truthfully, like I'd be listening to like Cro-Mags on the way to band practice.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean it makes sense, and like that's one of the things. One of the people that I had they do psychedelic rock.
Yeah.
The Polychromatics. I love them. I love them. I just had John back on. But yeah, they're saying like, yeah, we want to get into like some different parts, like psychedelics, like not like psychedelics, but like they're rock, and like yeah, we're looking to play here at the Philomoka or whatever it is, and do all this kind of stuff, and like they did play at Philomoka, but like kind of the same like avenue that you're doing. It's like some of these people like shit. One of the bands that they're coming up, and they're like, yeah, they opened for us or whatever it was, and I was like, oh man.
I love that though. Like now, at the time, like when I was younger, like I think it was but like a lot of bands I played with like went on to do really well.
Mm-hmm.
And like now looking back, I'm like, good on them, man, because we were all trying and they made it cool. Now, I said it the other day. My new band, Been Better, which is just like a pop punk band. I'm in with a bunch of my friends. We played a show in Ardmore a couple weeks ago, and the band that played right before us was so freaking good. Called American Typewriter. So freaking good. They're gonna be big if they stay together. Like they're so talented, and they got the look. They look right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is another one of those situations. Here's a crazy one for you. We played a show years ago. This small venue up in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, called the Backstage. Held like 100 people.
Okay.
Small.
Intimate, yeah.
Besides this, you know. We got snowed in or something happened that we stayed there, and our guitar player at the time was from Wilkes-Barre, so we stayed at his parents' house. The next night, you know what band was playing there? Paramore.
What?
And I saw this cute little redhead playing this tiny little club, and she could sing her ass off. And I was like, that's going to be good. And like a year later, like Misery Business came out, and I was like, I don't call that.
Dude, that's sick.
Like, we didn't play with them, but like we played Friday night and they played like Saturday.
Yeah, you just came and checked out there.
And I was like, we're here, let's see what's up. And I was like, this band's gonna be huge. And
wow.
Called that one right.
Oh, that's.
And now it's a band me and my daughter listen to together.
You are a big softie now.
Big softie.
It's okay. It's good to admit.
Oh, good.
But dude, I love listening to music, and that was one of the things. Is like, you should check out too. It's like hard shit. So it's called deathcore.
Okay.
Slaughter to Prevail.
I feel like Cody was pushing this band on me.
He was.
Probably
was. This band, Alex is terrible. They're from Russia. They're pretty cool. Trust me. Trust.
Not big in Ukraine right now, I bet.
Oh my! Oh my God!
Too soon?
No.
soon?
No. I mean, like, it's all right. I make so many 9/11 jokes. I'll probably go to jail one day.
I've listened to some of your podcasts.
Oh, you listened to the Wade one?
Yeah. Was Wade my almost cousin, or might be my cousin? Is that Bechtel?
Wade Bechtel, yeah.
Might be my cousin.
Love that man. I really
figure that out.
Shout out Wade. But dude, so he moved. He's in Florida now. His one song Viking that just came out. He does this. I can't even get anywhere close to it. I'm so sorry. I just ear raped everyone. I had so many comments about that too, but they take an American crocodile, and Alex is terrible, and I'll see if I can send you the video on TikTok. It's pretty cool. And
I don't have TikTok. Oh, Lord. As fuck.
You're making me sad. That's right.
My wife has TikTok.
It'll open it in Safari.
Okay.
And he sounds more like a crocodile than the crocodile sounds like it. And it's insane. No one's made that. He rolls his, like, however he does it. It's insane. It'll literally make you want to put your head through a brick wall.
I'll have to link you to some of my old heavy stuff.
Okay.
I'd be like, that's not you.
Is it as hard as the stuff that, like, Zach Santangelo sends me?
No, Zach's into, like, some crazy metal.
Dude, I know.
Zach's into some crazy metal. I'm not, like, that's one misnomer people get with me because I was in these, like, heavy hardcore bands and stuff. They all think I'm, like, really into metal. I'm not. I'm not. Like, I like some, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'll rock some Pantera, even though that's controversial
Pantera's
and
great.
things like that. But, like, yeah, I'm not a metal guy.
Sorry, the reason I asked about Falling in Reverse is because I thought you were kind of like hardcore, whatever it is. And, like, Falling in Reverse, like, they have, like, Watch the World Burn just came out, which is pretty hardcore. And they had a couple other songs that were hardcore, but then he makes this joke on stage. We saw it. And he gets the mosh pit. He goes, split it, split it, split it. You're about to hear the hardest metal song that they've ever played in metalcore. And then he plays his, like, jokingest song. It's called Bad Girls Club. He puts his hand on his hip, the microphone in the air. Everything turns pink and goes, I met a girl and but like people just like dog on him. They're like, he's not metal. He's not.
Wow, dude, that's more metal because you're like playing into like against. I'd say I would buck trends like that too. Yeah, I'm with that.
But I hate to do this, but we're an hour 30.
Hour 30,
dude.
You broke the trend.
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't want to be that guy.
All right. Well, next time we can plan to do like 2 hours.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you crazy stories.
Dude, listen, I'm down. But I also want to buy by your time, too, because it's almost 9 o'clock.
That's my bedtime.
Yeah, it's my bedtime, too.
Good.
Christine's going to be here soon. But
that's not bedtime, then.
I know.
I'm old, dude.
It's all right. I made that. Wait, real quick. Do you have any bits that you do that is not funny to anyone else, but only to you?
My wife and I... If you remember back to the South Park episode with the first one with Tally, where they're like, "You're a towel." Right?
Okay.
You remember that?
No.
They're like, Tally's like, "I'm not a towel. You're a towel." Anyway, somehow that became me and my wife's thing. It started out as "You're a towel," and now it's a "You're" or whatever we're talking about, and it's not funny.
Oh, I get it.
But like one time, like when she was pregnant, we were out to breakfast, and she ordered a banana like waffle, and it's called like the Chunky Monkey, and I was like, "You're a chunky monkey," and we almost got divorced because she was very hormonal, and I made that really bad joke. But that's like our thing. It's so pre-programmed in me, like if we were drinking, like, "Oh, you're a can," you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so stupid. And I still get in trouble. I still do it all the time.
No, it's okay. I want to just try one thing, see if it pisses her off. Next time, ask her what time it is. And she'll be like, 7? You'll be like, o'clock. She'll be like, what? Like, what time did you say it was? She'll be like, 7 o'clock? Bro, drives people insane. Funny to no one else but me. And if it doesn't drive her insane, then I'm sorry I wasted your time.
That's all right. Pretty much anything I do drives her insane. We've been together for like 14 years.
Dude, that's amazing. Dude, and I will say, like, when we all got sushi the one day, like, I was watching, like, play with her head, and, like, I'm like, dude, you guys are in love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
She's a trooper.
She's awesome. But listen, guys, Ryan Ziegler, to reach you on Instagram,
Ziggy610.
Ziggy610. Oh, because we're in the 610.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm a loser. And then any other social medias or anything like that?
Check out if you're into some pop punk, you can check out We've Been Better on Instagram or Been Better, one word, on Spotify.
Yeah, cool, dude. You guys know how to reach him. That'll all be up live because, yeah. And then you guys will see in the background too. If you guys are watching on YouTube or not, there are covers for their stuff with Spotify. Check them out, guys. Like all their stuff. What?
Pagoda City Showdown.
Pagoda City Showdown. May 11th. Ziggy's the promoter, and then I Drink is they are the sponsors.
Thank you.
They really are good, guys. I'm not even just being like fake. Like they really are good. Check all that out, guys. If you're into Strongman, and if you're not into Strongman, want to do your first comp, check it out. May 11th, Pagoda City Showdown. We're trying to blow it out, make it great. Ziggy is a awesome dude, and if anyone's gonna do it right, I promise you all my life, it's gonna be him.
We'll absolutely do it right. Even if you're just a spectator, we're gonna make it worth your while for coming out.
But guys, we will see you next week, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Peace.
dude did an